San Francisco 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan called Brock Purdy the real deal around training camp time, and a lot of people had issues with that and really felt it put a lot of unwarranted pressure on Brock Purdy for coach simply calling his quarterback the real deal. People really took issue with it. So right now, as we head into week 2, we have Kyle Shanahan clarifying again what he meant by calling Brock Purdy the real deal.
You called Brock Purdy the real deal in training camp, and it was 6 months to the day that he had the surgery on the UCL, September the 10th from March the 10th. When you say he's the real deal at quarterback, what do you mean by that?
Just answering a question in the media, and I guess it sounds like a big statement. The real deal means, people would ask me questions there about all these, how do we know all this stuff? And I mean, there were 6 games of film on him.
Right.
You just got to watch. And it wasn't that he got lucky in those games. He played at an extremely high level, and that's how he is in practice every day. We had a feeling in practice, but you never know till they get in NFL games. And there's 2 bad injuries to our quarterbacks, and he got that opportunity to get into real games. And all he did was do it every single game versus very good competition. He did it, got us into the playoffs. He did it in the spur of the moment coming in the middle of the game. He did it in playoff games, did it at home, did it on the road. I don't know what else people want. Everyone's acting like he's got to come out and prove something.
He's the real deal, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got to prove stuff every week in this league. It's what are you doing right now, not what you've done in the past. But Brock played at a high level this year. We wanted to get him healthy, and he's done it in week 1, and hopefully we can keep that going.
He obviously runs your offense well. The scripted plays, when it's on time, he just sees everything. But the unscripted plays, I don't think the outside world gives them enough credit. And I want to pick out one play, the Minka Fitzpatrick blitz. When he came from his backside, it almost like he knew he was a free hitter, and he had to beat him himself. And he stepped up to create an angle, and then he spun out of it going to his left, and he squared his shoulders and feet. Talk about the play he made there.
It was one of the cooler plays in the game because it started off as one of his worst plays in the game. We were in scat protection, which means everyone's getting out, so we didn't have a man for Minka. And Brock just got caught sleeping a little bit, didn't realize he was blitzing. We have a hot throw, so he should get rid of it right away. And Brock just missed him, and at the last second he could feel him out of the corner of his eye, and he just reacted. And Brock has the quickness, he has great reaction skills. You see stuff like that a lot with him, but to be able to do that saved him. Usually when you miss a hot throw, which happens a lot in this league, but it's not a good ending. Usually that guy hits you and you're just hoping they don't fumble. But Brock had the quickness, the reaction, and that's kind of how he plays. I mean, he did that in college. He's very good at, when things aren't there, just trying to be a baller, and that's kind of what we call it in our room. But it's just running around trying to make plays. You don't think about it. You want to know where your answers are, where your outlets, especially in pressure situations. But when you do miss stuff, like everyone does, Brock's shown he's got a kind of knack that he can make up for it, and that's what he did there.
What do you make of Kyle Shanahan heading into week 2 after Brock Purdy just absolutely took the Steelers to the woodshed, having to clarify yet again what he meant by saying Brock Purdy is the real deal? If you were at training camp and you could see Brock Purdy coming back from the UCL injury, it was really easy to see that he was the best quarterback at training camp, if you know what you're looking for. And with all those things considered, of him coming back and clearly the entire locker room being galvanized by his leadership qualities and his performance, what is so crazy about calling Brock Purdy the real deal? I don't know. You let me know in the comments below. Should Kyle Shanahan even be talking about this? Why is this even a thing that we're talking about? Let me know how you're feeling about this whole situation in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.